H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. I'm trying to fix my thing, but we're broadcasting all over the world. And guess what? It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Baby Friday. It came around so quickly. And I got some stuff that I got to share with y'all. Boy, I love this stuff. Man, let me shout out to my starting five first. Let me shout out my starting five first. Okay, I just want to shout out to my starting five. Let me just go back. Hold up. They're trying to do me. What they trying to do to me? Here, I'm just trying to get to YouTube and put it on my screen. And they asking me all these questions. I don't want to add no account. I'm just, yeah, okay, there we go. I'm just trying to get to the Chop Shop and get to the live portion so I can put it up on my screen so I can see it up there. I like seeing it up there like that. Okay, but let me tell y'all something. Let me shout out to my starting five. Let me talk to my people because I got to share something with y'all. That we got D. Holcomb in the Facebook. We got Brad Kimball. We got Robert Young. We got Jeremy Davis. We got Sterling Creeks. We're over there with Daryl Anderson. We got Sean Davis. We got Daryl Anderson. But you know what? But I see Craig's name on here. I see Cannon's name. I see Johnny Armatt. See, they done came on and ain't said nothing. Y'all got to come in and speak. When y'all come in the house, man, y'all know y'all got to speak when you come in the house. You know, don't do us like that. We want to know you there. I know you be trying to sneak in. It's okay, though. It's okay. I ain't mad at you. I'm just calling you out. You know, I appreciate y'all. D. Holcomb, Sean Davis, Brad Kimball, Daryl Anderson, Robert Young, Jeremy Davis, Sterling Creeks. Man, Candace, I really, really appreciate y'all. I really, really appreciate this boom, boom, boom because what y'all done. Y'all push me to go be better. And while y'all pushing me, it made me better in other aspects of my life. Y'all pushing me made me better in other aspects of my life. Y'all making me see people different. Y'all teaching me to learn. Y'all teaching me when people show you who they are, you better believe them. Y'all push me. I really, this boom boom room, I call y'all I affectionately call you the boom boom room. I didn't make up that name. Let me tell you how that name came about. Walter Yates, Jimmy and I always argue back and forth. So they call us Ray and Claude. So guess what? So Ray and Claude, and y'all were the boom boom room. So y'all are always the boom boom room. The people that make the comments. Y'all have always been a part of this show. A great part of this show because if I don't see y'all up on the screen, I'll get off this thing and go play golf. I get off this thing and go see my grandson. I get off this show and go do some work. When I see y'all names pop up there, it makes me say, okay, I got work to do. And I got to get better. Do me a favor, go back to Chop Shop. You got to go back to Chop Shop, unofficial Chop Shop. You got to go put that in your the unofficial Chop Shop and put that and go back and look at how our show was then and how our show is now. Because y'all demanded better. You know, let me show y'all something. You know. That's why we have to get these cameras and all of this stuff in the computers. Because listen to me, y'all. I don't want to come on the show and I'm all like this. With no brightness, no temperature. Now all I can do is push a button. I got brightness and I got temperature. Y'all, we come a long way. You know what I'm saying? We were on before the pandemic. After the pandemic, that's when Zoom and all of these streaming platforms came. We were on before that. You follow me? So It's just, but I am so grateful to y'all. Kanice, I've never seen your name before, but thank you for watching. Kanice, how you doing? I like to see new names on there, up on their screen, so we can get new perspectives. See, like I said, some of y'all have been on so long. Some of y'all, we might be getting stale to y'all. So I want some more Kanices. I want some new people getting fresh and having fresh energy. This is about energy, y'all. I always tell the story. This chop shop, it's like you're building something. You're building a big monument. Building a big building, and everybody bringing their bricks. Jameson Morrow, he always bring a brick. He might not, but guess what? I don't agree with him. That's why I love him, because I don't agree with some of his takes. Y'all don't have to agree with everything. I want you to put it up there, but hold on. Like a friend of mine figured out last night, when you say something, I'm going to challenge you. Oh, he was hollering and huffing and puffing. He ain't really no hollering, huffing, puffing. But Ronald Adler, you got to listen to me. I'm listening. But what you're saying, I just don't understand. Explain to me why you're so upset. Because he said something, and usually people, see, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Arnett said, to be honest, Robert Hatter, being around summer basketball for some time, but listening to this platform give me different. That's what I love. But me and my partner of mine last night. See, what y'all got to understand. You got people that let you just say something and don't say nothing about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Hatter, if you say something on this feed, if you say something to me, I'm going to question you on it. What I'm finding out, a lot of people don't like to be questioned. How dare you questioning me? I'm so-and-so. But Robert Hatter don't give a fat rat's ass about your title. If you're not speaking the truth, you're going to have to explain to me your truth. You got to explain it to me. And then guess what? I'm cool enough to say, well, you know what? You got a point. But just coming up to me and saying without no explanation. Man, I just left Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. Son graduated. And that was that damn sorry Biden, whatever he said about Biden. The stupid ass, dumb ass, something, whatever he called Biden. He's dumb, up there pandering. So I said, well, what are you talking about? Because I've been hearing that from black people. I've been hearing that. So I just wanted to ask him, homeboy, what you talking about? What? How did that hurt you? How you call the man dumb? How you call the man stupid? How you call the man out his name? And he went. To do the convocation at the school your son graduated from. See, I was smart enough. Because, see what happened? I didn't even know I was going to see him. We just happily met last night. And he just got to talking, and I just didn't like the negative. Why are you sitting up there talking, calling this man Cedric out of his name? He said dumb, stupid, whatever he called. See what happened, y'all? That damn fool, Donald Trump, yeah, I'm going to call him out his name. He made the presidency look like just anybody can do it. He came and dumbed down the president. He came and lowered the standard. That used to be a sacred institution. So sacred, if I go find, that's what I wanted to be. The president of the United States. I wanted to be. the first black president of the United States when I was a young boy. I didn't know what it entailed. I thought it was an important job. I saw the Nixon and them and all them getting away with. I said, I want to put myself in that position of power so I can change some things, Brandon. But he went, but I asked him to explain himself. How did that hurt you? Do you know what pandering is? He called it pandering. I said he didn't have to go to Morehouse. Morehouse don't have hundreds of thousands of people, 50 and 60,000 people. That's a small college. He didn't have to go to Morehouse to reach the little small amount of graduates at Morehouse. He didn't have to come to Cornell. See, and I told him, we got something in common. He did the convocation for your son as the president. And he did the convocation for my son as the outgoing vice president at Cornell in 2017. I still got the pictures and the video. When you come and he didn't come down and play like he was at and do a fake thing at the Chick-fil-A with a black trumpet girl. All he did is came down and did the convocation. And I ain't no fan of no politician, Rick Tim. We ain't talking about fandom. You shouldn't be a fan. Fan mean fanatic. So you shouldn't be a fan of nobody. I'm trying to get y'all out of fandom. But you come cussing and getting crazy, calling Manny down here pandering. Yeah. I mean, just going off. But I had to. But he got the right one. Because all I was doing is giving you fact after fact. See, in politics, young man, young woman, you got to get your facts and your feelings mixed up. Well, I just want everybody to say what they mean. Ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm Hall, we can't demand from people that we ain't demanding from themselves. If that means what Jesus said, you without sin cast the first stone. If you've lived a perfect life and ain't never did nothing wrong, then okay, which I know is a lie, but okay, then you should expect greatness out of everybody. In politics, man, there's no permanent friends. There's no permanent enemies. It's only permanent interest. So you got to find, so your big thing, his whole big thing, and all of that, he mad about the capital gain tax, which Biden don't control. Now they can do it in the Senate and they can come across his desk and he can sign it. You mad at Ty Ballot. And Ty Ballot don't even, he ain't even responsible for what's happening to you. But you mad at him. Y'all, we got to get smarter. You got to get smarter. We got to get smarter. We got to get smarter. We got to get smarter. So it made me think about this when he said that. You know, I ain't, listen to me. Being a political science major, a guy that want to be in political science, a guy that wanted to be the president of the year, I wanted to be first black president, a guy who worked on Harold Ford's first campaign, Google Harold Ford in Memphis, Tennessee, a young man who moved out of Memphis and moved to Houston and had to look back and look at the Ebony magazine and where they elected our first ever a black mayor, Mayor Harrington, years ago, and I'm in Houston, and all of my friends who came up in the political science and the political scene with me, all of them on the screen, and I'm thinking I supposed to be on that stage with them, and I'm up here in Houston, not engaging in politics, not doing nothing. I wish I would have. She said, I repeat it, Miss Donna, for you. In politics, there's no permanent friends, there's no permanent enemies, only permanent interest. Is me and you aligned over here? Okay, I'll let you vote. But Robert, they all vote the same. No. We got to get enough people in there to vote our interests. Our interests. What you like? You want capital gains? You better vote for some of these senators. You were calling Biden stupid. You better talk to these stupid ass senators and these stupid House of Representatives. That's who you should be mad at. But if you got capital gains, that means you're gaining. If you selling real estate, you selling stock, mean you winning. So how in the hell you can get mad just because you got to pay a big percent? Hey. If you're going to wear big boy drawers, you got to pay big boy prices. You can't get mad if they tax you because you make a lot of money. You can't get mad. They taxing that same guy who don't make a lot of money the same way. You got more. They worry about, I bet. Sometimes us black folks, we just don't even know how to argue. But I saw this, Craig. I saw this. I see your comments. I'm going to come back to you. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. But I saw this. Watch this. Watch this.
One of the things, Mav, that when I do press interviews on the road, they'll say, well, what's going on with black men and this election? And I, to a one, will turn it back on that journalist and say, I challenge your premise because you're making it sound like Democrats should just have black men in our back pocket. No, black men are like everybody. You gotta earn the vote. You gotta earn it. That's why, we're doing a number of things and we'll continue to do a number of things that are focused on the particular needs of every group, including black men. And understanding that it's about speaking about what are we doing to meet the opportunity to feed their ambition, right? That's why a lot of my work around access to capital has focused on young men of color, black men.
Access to capital. Ladies and gentlemen, all black men ain't worried about no damn incarcerating, but the people who been incarcerated. I know some young black men, like my son, want access to capital because they got some brilliant entrepreneurial ideas inside their head. Everybody ain't worried, but let me keep going.
And black men, knowing that, again, so many entrepreneurs, and it's when people think black men and small businesses, it's not just a barbershop.
Black men in small business is just not no barbershop. Let me repeat it. Black men in small business is just not no barbershop. Let me repeat it again. Black men in small business just not no barbecue shack. It's some young men out here doing some things. It's some young men, she gonna tell you, it's some young men out here trying to do something in space. Some of our young black men. It's some black men trying to do. Man, y'all got this twisted. Y'all worry about Biden. And Biden, only thing wrong with Biden, I done found out, and it ain't just them. I'm going to pause it right there. I hate to pause on him. I don't want to pause on him, but I'm pausing it. Some people say they're not getting the message. Plies said, Biden, you're doing all this good stuff. Why ain't you hollering it from the rooftop? Plies came on, the little rapper. He said, yo, you and Jill Biden went to Buffalo to support the families that was killed by that the little white kid that went and killed all the people at the Buffalo Drive supermarket. What I found out, because I go and studied it, she might be fine. Have you ever met her before? Slick Rick, have you ever met her before? How in the hell you gonna call somebody phony and you ain't never met them before? Don't put that on my screen. Excuse me. If you got to talk like that, I want to hear that on my screen. I'm just telling you right now, ain't no Kamala Harris bashing on this screen. We don't bash, Robert Haller don't bash people on here. So I'm definitely not going to let you do it, Rick. Just telling you that right now. I'll let you do a couple of them comments. Leave those comments to yourself right now. I'm trying to talk to my next generation on this platform. Not talking about people, calling people phony. You've never met her. You've never had any action with her. Guess what? Now, hell, you know she phony. So let's get back to where I was. Where was I? Goddamn. So Jill Biden and Joe Biden, they went up there. Guess what I found out? Because I studied instead of talking about people and calling them phony. I found out every news agency in the world was over there. They just didn't run it. And y'all telling me, I keep telling y'all about Abby Phillips yesterday. She don't run none. Abby Phillips is just on the show. She's the talent of that information television. Abby Phillips is the talent. Nothing against her. But I found out no major news. They didn't run it. I went back and researched it. They didn't run the Biden. So Prize talking about Biden ain't telling nobody. It's possible for people to cover your event, Jerry Jones, and not run it, Barry McDonald. That's why I bring up stuff that nobody ever bring up. Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp them don't bring up. I bring it up on this show because I ain't got no boss. Can't nobody tell me what to do. I'm going to give, I told y'all every single day, Miss Donna, I have this dilemma on this show every day. Should I talk about what's trending? I look on the news, what's trending. The cop is disciplined for not recording Adam Schefter and just book crap. But then I have a responsibility to share what's not trending, but we need to hear. This not trending, but we need to hear it. Watch this. How many major news stations have you heard this one on right here?
Exactly.
Right? I convened a group of 50 young, but younger black men, entrepreneurs in my office in DC.
I know for a fact she did that because one of my partner's son was in that meeting. But she's phony. But keep going.
And we got these brothers out there that have tech companies, clean energy companies. This one brother who's doing a lot of work on space. I actually head up the Space Council for the United States. I love that work. So it is all of that. And I think part of it is just understanding that, like any group, this is not a monolith.
Exactly.
And so let's not just have the rote kind of talking points as though black men only care about criminal justice.
Sure, exactly.
Right? Or only, it's about, okay, I have ambition, where is access to capital? I'm concerned about healthcare. I have women in my life, I'm concerned about their rights, and on and on. One of the things, Mav, that when I do press interviews.
Y'all, we can't help it. What's going on in black men in this election? That somebody would come and tell me she lied about listening to Tupac in college when she was still in middle school and wasn't a rapper. He wasn't a rapper yet. Snoop too. What's going on? Share the show, everybody. Please share the show. Because I'm finna take you somewhere you ain't never been. What's going on with black men in this election? She challenged. That's what reporters always asking her. And she said she turned it around on them. He said, I challenge you because you're making it sound like Democrats should have black men in their pockets. That's what people think. They use that against you. They tell you that. So you can say, well, they ain't got me in my pocket. I'm finna vote for Trump. No, black men like everybody else. I'm a black man. You got to earn my vote. But unlike other people, I don't listen to the tabloids. I go to the source. Maybe I'm blessed to be able to be, because I know about politics and I know people in politics. I always gonna try to go to the source. This man behind me, Adam Clayton Powell, who a lot of y'all ain't never heard of, one of the greatest men in the world. He was in politics. He went and changed. Couldn't a black congressman go into the lunchroom at the congressional lunchroom that we pay for, the congressional barbershop or the congressional gym that we pay for? And he went and changed and it said, oh, it's a new Negro in town. He was smart enough when he got to Washington, D.C., he know how politics work. This for the young man who I was talking to yesterday. He knows how politics work. What happened? He said he had to come over. He had to come over. What happened? Okay. He said when he got there, ladies and gentlemen, guess what he did? He said, he told his staff, go find me every piece of dirt you can on all of them people over all the committees. Find me everything about them. That's how politics work. Y'all be wondering why these people be voting and people be doing this. Y'all, these people got stuff on them. That's how it works. But we got to work around that. Listen to Cal. She said, access the capital. I talked to my partner. Well, why are you mad at Biden? Tell me what you want. He really didn't tell me. All he told me about is capital gains. Well, if you complain about capital gains, that means you got some capital and you gained. So what the hell are you talking about? And when you think about black men and small businesses, ladies and gentlemen, we're just not going to be in the barber shop. It's not the barbershop. She had 50 young black entrepreneurs in her office. George Bush ain't never had it. Trump ain't never had it. And none of them other people that never did it. I don't think Obama did it. These brothers got high-tech companies. Clean energy company. How many of y'all know a young man out here got a clean energy company that he trying to get off the ground? I know I don't. I sure wish I could meet him. I told y'all this next generation ain't playing. Had one kid working in space. And the reason she's so captivated by him, because she heads up the Space Council for the United States. You didn't know that, did you? And as in any group, y'all, she said, we're not a monolith. Paul, Miranda don't think like me. Craig don't think about me. Alpha, all of us think different. We don't think the same. We don't drink the same. We don't do nothing the same. But let's not have these rope talking points. Man, Biden, I can't stand dumbass Biden for coming out pandering to my son. whoa. Watch what you say. Watch what come out of your mouth. If you're a guy of influence, you got to watch what comes. That's why I watch what I say. As though all black men only care about criminal justice. Hell no. I have ambition. I want to know how to get to that bread. Access the capital. Because I don't want no barbershop. I've been studying electric cars. If you don't, I'm not going to buy one from Elon Musk. I want to study. Who can I buy one? Who got one? And I know it's some black guys out there doing them. But it takes access to capital. People can know you got a good idea and just hold the capital from you. Because they control the capital. I'm concerned about health care. I'm concerned about women's rights. And I know this administration, if you go look on the whitehouse.gov, they are covering that. They are fixing those things. It's the Republicans telling you women you can't have no abortion. It's the Republicans that are telling people to how to control their uterus. And then what I'm concerned about, we got a lot of groups out here focused on black women. But what about black men? Kamala Harris is an excellent communicator. Joe Biden, not. Y'all, when they did that, Joe Biden, when they went up there for the Buffalo, the families that got killed in Buffalo, him and Joe Biden, I'll never forget it. You know, because friends of mine, you know, Rob, my son's best friend, is from New York. And from Buffalo, that area. And people mad, talking about they didn't even know. All the news stations were there, CNN and all of them, and they didn't run it. That's why I tell y'all better get y'all news from somebody better than that. Why do we assume that black men are being taken advantage of? Black men are messed up. I know one thing, we got to engage, because when I talked to my partner, very educated brother the other day, but guess what? Man, it's just some things you don't know. And guess how I calmed him down? Because he was going, he biting me. I said, do me a favor. All that stuff you run in your mouth about Biden, do me a favor and go look up the 2025 project, which I asked all of y'all to go do. It's unbelievable. What if Trump win this presidency? What they got planned for your little black asses out there. I'm just telling you. I ain't trying to scare you. I just got to give you this information. No. Go read the 2025 project. They showing you. They ain't hiding it, y'all. I got to get this. Did y'all know that the first election that we're allowed to participate in, that black men were allowed to participate in, had over 80% voter turnout? That's incredible. That is paradigm shifting. It was black men because black women couldn't vote. Women couldn't vote back then. Women, anybody with a uterus couldn't vote. This country is crazy. What happened? That it was black men, because like I said, black women couldn't vote. And we know it's a paradigm shifting. It was paradigm shifting because when those black men turned out to vote the first election, what happened? Our community elected 2,000 elected officials. More than 2,000 black elected officials who were able to institutionalize and normalize public schools. 2,000 black elected officials who were able to create towns out of entire prairies. Elected officials who were able to ensure that there was a level of fairness and equity injected into the legal system and the political system that had not been there, that didn't exist prior to these candidates being elected to office. We have to be aware of the power of our vote. That's why I'm on a sports talk show talking about it. It's so important. Because their ass ain't gonna be able to play in the NBA if you see what they're doing. They ain't gonna be able to play in the NFL. Check this out. And we just, listen, let's just stop going to vote and go home. I ain't never been so many meetings in my life this year. But I know it's, you know, you vote a couple of times a year, primary and regular vote, right? But you have to organize the rest of the days. Making sure that you get things done that your community can benefit from the votes. Don't just vote and go home. Make your demand. We got to make demands as voters. Instead of whining and talking about my capital gain, we got to make demands. And listen, the elected officials will start to shift their tune and change the way they approach things or the way they frame their response to issues. You know, the guy yesterday talking about selfish, but I had to listen to him. I ain't worried about no health care. I got health care. I ain't worried about this. I got this. You got it, but everybody else ain't got it. We're being so damn selfish. What if Adam Clayton Powell was selfish? Your black ass wouldn't have the job you had now. I ain't worried about what that ain't what. But sometimes us Negroes get a couple of dollars and we just forget about everybody else. These elected officials, y'all, if you put demands on them, they'll shift the way, they change the way they approach things and the way they frame their responses. Then he talk about the HL, you know, what's that, the HB, what's that? I don't know. I don't know him. That what's the BQ, the alphabet community. I'm sorry. I don't really know it because I don't keep up with it that much. Whatever it is. LBGT community. Right? He's talking about, yeah, they forcing them on. They ain't forcing nobody on them. Those people are doing what I'm telling you to do right now, making demands so that you can respect them. See, the president is the president of all people, not just you straight guys, not just you crooked other guys. They of everybody. You just can't say, no. That's what he told me. Joe Biden was pandering to Morehouse. The hell he gonna go in and pander to Morehouse for? Morehouse probably had 500 people graduate. I don't know what the graduation class. The hell he going down there and pandering for them for? Then if he don't show up, well, he won't show up to a black college. But this, a friend of mine, y'all, this stemmed from a conversation that I had yesterday with a friend of mine. See, and they favorite word, now you're just pandering. Do y'all know what pandering is? Let me explain to you what pandering really is. You know, I'm gonna help you out. So when somebody come to y'all with that old boy, y'all can help me. See. Pandering to me is when somebody just come by your church who don't even know your religious background, and they just want to shake some hands and kiss some babies and just get checks and get endorsements. That's pandering. Joe Biden was asked to come. He was asked to come to Morehouse. Number one, it's not pandering. Let me help y'all out now. When you as a group of voters are voting, our voting block, right, that make demands, and your elected officials shift on how they approach things. Them shifting how they approach things, that is a natural outcome of your organization. As a voting block, making your demands and having yourself heard. It's called shifting, not pandering. It's not pandering when you hear the demand. If Chop Shop got a demand for one of these people, and we want the attention to turn the, let's say we want the attention to turn to make Black paternal health better, and then they launch a Black paternal health caucus. It's not pandering when they hear the demands of what we want. We wanted the paternal health. And they launched the Black Paternal Health Caucus. That's not pandering. That's giving the voters what they asked for. Somebody asked for Biden to come down there. So he giving them what they asked for. And you call it pandering because you don't understand how this thing works. Pandering would be, this is what pandering would sound like in that, you gonna have a baby? You want us to do something about it? Black paternal health? Okay. We're gonna send you some baby bottles. We're gonna send you some Pampers with our names on it. Let me see who's gonna catch that one. Darryl Barnes the only one probably gonna catch that one. That's pandering. Giving you the surface level action that is going, that isn't going to be substantive, changing anything. It's not pandering, my people, if they hear your demand for paternal health and actually expand access to OBGYNs. That's not pandering. That's responding to the needs of the voters, which is exactly what we have to do. And what we should want out of our elected officials. If you come in and talk about, this one my partner, what he said. Well, man, they just vote, they just vote together. They just agree with everybody. When you don't know what they're doing, you ain't have your ass ever been to Congress and see how committee works. Have you ever? See, we don't have congressmen like Adam Clayton Powell no more. Paul Miranda, Ricky Scott, Adam Clayton Powell. He was over the education committee. Education and something else. Education is tied to something else. I don't know how I forgot it. But he brought one of his meetings to Harlem outside so everybody in Harlem can see how it's done. Google it if you don't believe me. I told him, finance is a gun. Politics is knowing when to pull the trigger. So we got to get together. And get behind somebody. And get our own people there. So you can be on that side. That's all that's happening. You can't get mad. You can't mad. You get to the basketball court. And the ball in the court ain't that good. You got to play with the ball in the court that you're on. You got to hoop like that. Malcolm Hall. What? Malcolm Hall, there's a lot of people wouldn't be in college because the Pell Grant, they was not going to pass it. He passed it. But he was the only black one. I think he probably had one more black one. He wasn't no significance. The man's passed 56 bills in 5 years. And we got 56 black caucus members. They can't pass the George Floyd bill or the John Lewis bill. And there's 56 of them. And they don't know how to work it. Let me see that I miss anything. Let me see. Did I miss anybody up there? That man said he needed a tax verse. That's a good one. But let me get back. That's all. Y'all, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to go there. I really didn't. But sometimes you got to go. You got to go get him. You got to walk it like you talk. Y'all, I'm watching some things. I'm gonna play this for you. Hold up. I hope I did it, and I did. I probably didn't do it. Let me see. Oh, I know I didn't. Nope. I thought I had. Lord, I didn't. If y'all give me a second. That man said Joe Madison would be proud. That's my hero. That's my hero. That's my hero. Hold up, y'all. I got to give y'all this. Cause I like to give context. I like to get context. Here it is. That's why I didn't do it. Y'all just give me 1 second. I got to talk to my computer and tell it to come out of my phone and get on the screen so I can put it on the screen. I got to come out of my phone. We got to go to a quick little process right quick. But I got to give this to y'all because I got to give you context and because sometimes it's hard for people. That's why I try to repeat stuff over and over because sometimes we don't get it the first time. And I don't think my partner, he even got it. The dude I talked to last night, he don't still got it because I see his text. He ain't got it. Hold on. He ain't got it. Let me see what I was about to say. Okay. Let me see. Okay. All right. I got it. I did. See? Hey, y'all. Whew. Y'all don't know how hard it was. But I've done it so many times now. I want y'all to listen to this right quick.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. I hope they do great. I'm just kind of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders. The one thing that I love that she's bringing to.
What y'all think about that? The floor is open. What do y'all think about that interview? What y'all think? Talk to me. Y'all was commenting a minute ago. Talk to me. I got time today. Man, I need some new people. See, I had people on here calling Kamala out her name. They want to talk about that, but I just gave them something. Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Willie Jones, I got you, Willie Jones, but Willie Jones, what makes this show so great, I want to hear from what the people thinking. I don't want you to have my thoughts. I want to hear what y'all say. I got mine. You already know I wouldn't have brought it up if I didn't have mine. I want to know how y'all thinking. And what's up, Jace Jones and the Jones family over there? But I want to know. I need somebody. I got some smart people on this feed. Listen, do me a favor. If you're not going to comment, just do me a favor. Ain't no problem. Text and tag and tell your friends to watch the show right now. Tell them to turn it on right now. Share, text, tag your friends. Tell them. Come on, I got something, y'all. I got something I want to share. This ain't enough people for me to talk. Give it to you. I might not give it to you, because this ain't enough people to hear. I need people to hear it live. I know people are going to come back and look at it later. Put too much expectation on these players. That's what you got out of that? Okay. I like that. Malcolm, I like that. That's what Malcolm said. Mark Edwards said LeBron sound like a dad. Okay. Ain't nobody else? Share the show, man. I need y'all, man. I don't ask y'all for nothing. But some of y'all might be busy. But share the show to your friend. Somebody said LeBron is correct. Correct on what? What is he correct on? Tell me. Don't just give me what the hell is he correct on? Because I'm confused. He's all over the damn place. So tell me what he's correct on. You saying at face value, his comments make sense? Okay. Very excited for Caitlin Clark, but like all the same attention, exposure, share it with the other rookies out there, other team. That ain't her fault. That ain't Caitlin Clark's fault. So who you talking to? Who you talking to? Y'all, yeah, come on, man. Come on. Give me, let's talk in complete sentence, Malcolm. Can you play it one more time? Oh, of course I can play it one more time. Thank you, Mr. Haggerty. Thank you, sir.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy. But I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. I hope they do great. I'm just kind of in this mode right now. I'm just kind
Damn, LeBron, you made it about you.
of in this mode right now because I'm getting the same, thing from watching my son, who's a 19-year-old, kind of getting a lot of animosity and hatred towards him when he's just a kid trying to live out his dream. There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing a professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is. And I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulders. The one thing that I love that she's bringing.
Share the show, man. Because I ain't heard, I heard one comment that I'm all right. To Kedra, Miss Kedra, she said LeBron is correct on that more people watch the game. That I ain't even talking about that. Let me see if anybody else gonna say something. That is Moody. That is Moody. Where you been? Craig, absolutely right. Grown ass folks criticizing kids. Guess what? They criticize kids in this community right now. Kirk Collins. When your son put on that damn uniform and he want somebody to tweet about him and enjoy when I talk about him on this air, to whom much is given, much is required. You just got to prepare him for what's going on. These people gonna be critical. I came on the show the other day, and all I did was shout it out people that I saw, and people come trying to tell me what this did, this, what this, and this. But can't these people be great today? Y'all, if y'all got to send me information at chopshophtx@gmail.com. Chopshophtx@gmail.com when your son do good and you want somebody to talk about it on this show. We can't want people to praise your kid all the time and not accept. Hold on, because I want to read it right. I know I got it pinned, but I want to read it right. I can paraphrase it. Let me see. A reporter asked Maya Angelou, how do you handle the adulation and acclaim that comes with your career? She says it's simple. It's quite simple. Kirk Collins. It's quite simple. If you don't pick it up, then you don't have to pick it down. You don't have to put it down. So don't get too high when somebody talking about you, or somebody tweeting about you, or they make a video of you, or Extra Eyes Media talk about you, or Jimmy say something about you on the way. Don't pick it up. Then you don't have to put it down when he come back and say your ass didn't play that good. Then the reporter responded and asked her, what do you mean? Because he didn't understand what she said. She said, if you don't pick up the praises of people, then you don't have to put down their criticisms. There are three things. I ain't gonna even go there. But what you got me? Don't pick up the praises. I don't care when people praise me. Okay. All right. So when you criticize me, you think I'm thinking about you then? Especially, hey, some people that criticize you ain't worthy. So don't even worry about it. They ain't done nothing. They ain't done what you doing. So I don't pick it up. Tell your babies not to pick it up. And y'all, cause y'all parents intoxicated with every time, cause I'm watching every time they tweet about, do somebody tweet, hey, y'all, my son did this, my daughter, my son did. Then his ass can't play. Then you can't play. Yo, I had a situation. I'm gonna get like LeBron. I ain't got off LeBron yet. I had a situation the other day. Jimmy just told me about a kid that's going to USA basketball, and I promise you, I sit there and watch this game 3 times, and I ain't know this boy was on the floor. How in that? Listen, and maybe the kid did something some other time, but I should not know you're on the floor. If you that good, I should not know, Chad. Chad, you telling me a dude is going to USA basketball? And I walk in a gym, and I ain't saying he got to hit 1,000 points, but I should be saying, who is that? I swear, that's why I used to tell my son all the time. I said, when somebody leave the gym, they supposed to say, who is that Negro with them goggles on? If you ain't done, you got to do something that somebody gonna go lead it. I told y'all the story. I'm sitting there watching his game, sitting there minding my business, being a father. 4 or 5 older gentlemen sitting right there. They looking at Jimmy's magazine. My son had to be ranked in the magazine. And they talking about him. Don't even know the kid. Ain't never seen him play. Yeah, I want to see this man. He got him. He don't look like much of me. He got them goggles on. He's skinny. Right? 35 points, about 7, 8 assists, 4 or 5 rebounds later. You know I went over there. So I heard y'all talking about that little dude out there in the golf. He said, yeah, man, we was talking about him at first. That little dude cold. I said, that's my son. Their whole countenance just dropped. I said, no, it's okay. It's all right. I said, we used to this. I said, I'm not finna pick up your praises about him the same way I didn't pick up your criticism of him. I wasn't mad at you. I would have said, I waited out the game just to see what you're going to say about it. We got to groom our athletes. Don't pick it up. Don't pick it up. But I saw LeBron. I played that. I played it twice. But when Angel Reese, then I saw Charles Barkley. He came on up to Caitlin's defense. But when Angel Reese and the entire LSU and South Carolina teams were being maligned, disrespected, called dirty debutantes, Louisiana hot sauce, and other racist things, LeBron and Barkley was quieter than church house mouse. I came on here and checked everybody who talked about them girls. But these dudes didn't say nothing. See, y'all. See, that's going to go over some people's head. See, I watch that kind of stuff. Because I know I came on here and checked somebody on here. Come talk about dirty debutante. He going to put debutante, the definition on the screen. Like that ain't bad. Homeboy, I said dirty debutante, which is a porn movie. And a nasty thing in Hollywood. That's what that man was talking about. But he did, he called himself debutante. LeBron and Barkley didn't say nothing about that. See, when people point out the way the media has covered Caitlin Clark and given her far more attention than the black players who actually won the national championship and the black WNBA players who have dominated the league, these guys put on their Superman capes and come fly to her rescue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I always talk positive. That's why I was correcting Rick earlier. I try to speak life into people instead of speaking death. And always talking about people. Especially people you don't know, ain't never hurt you, but you don't like them. Man, calling Biden stupid, dumb, he pandering. LeBron James doesn't understand why grown ass adults try to tear down younger athletes like Caitlin Clark. I'm so confused. And I saw some of y'all defending him. And it's okay. I love it. It's okay. Y'all think different from me. It's okay. I ain't mad. I like that. You notice? I'm letting y'all put it up there. He should have left his son out of it. See, and he should have really left him out of it. Because the NBA had stars before LeBron. The NBA didn't have a complete, in Bron's rookie year, a complete astronomical height of everything. Planes getting quadrupling the road games, attendance, doubling, tripling. That didn't happen for him. Now he got attention, but he and Caitlin are different, ladies and gentlemen. She represents what she represents in that league and what he represented in the NBA when he came in. They didn't move place from arenas to bigger arenas to come and watch LeBron play. They got to move to big arenas because of Caitlin Clark. Brian, that didn't happen for you, man. Then Charles Barkley comes to the defense. Let me see that I put himself up there. I'm sorry. Let me see. Share the show, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Watch Charles Barkley.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes. Listen, what she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there. She got y'all ass charters. She bringing all y'all this money to the table, but y'all being petty like dudes. LeBron, you are 100% right. Y'all girls, stop being petty. Caitlin Clark, thank you for bringing all that money and shine to the WNBA.
Well, they're gonna hate you even more now.
Hey, listen, they can't do anything to me.
They're gonna hate you though.
Hey, they can hate on me, but they better. But that mailman better be in my damn house the 1st and the 15th for another year. For another year.
Let us continue our discussion.
Did you see that, Kirk Collins? Kirk Collins, did you think about that before I just said it? Kirk Collins said they didn't fin. Watch this. See, y'all, I ain't trying to make, y'all got to understand. I like, y'all, if you've been listening to this show, y'all know how I feel about Caitlin Clark. I like hoopers. But somebody wrote me, they said, Robert, the problem with this is that we had an opportunity to shine light on all the great players in the WNBA. And they choose to follow suit with the rest who are pushing this narrative that the W is only going to be successful because of Caitlin Clark. But they continue to run this false narrative. Y'all, a few years ago, before Caitlin Clark ever came, WNBA was making $60 million. The year after that, it was $200 million. Last year, they ain't even calculated all the receipts yet. So the WNBA was growing. It's mind-boggling to me how the WNBA gets little credit for any growth that they had prior to the 2024 draft class. I went and looked it up. You follow me? The amount of people who are caught acting like the league didn't exist or wasn't able to do anything for itself before the arrival of this year's rookie are astounding. I love, and I keep it in perspective. And maybe I'm like that. Maybe I just want too many people to be like me. Also, to point out that previous players matter isn't being petty. It's factual. They need their flowers too. Big Charles Barkley, because I was finna call him out his name, because he always calling people out their name. Imagine acting like one player made the league when it's a collective effort of every player plus this year's class that is helping the league get the recognition it deserves. The NBA itself got Camilla and Angel on the NBA Finals commercial. They ain't got Caitlin. They got them on there. They trying, I don't know the right way to do it. But we're seeing a growth in the league, and I love it. And this year's draft class coverage in real time is just unbelievable. It's insulting to act otherwise. I'm not crazy, but Caitlin is a professional athlete, and at the end of the day, she will be judged on her performance. She's a rookie, right? I don't think we should hold her to any other standard that we would any other athlete, which is to evaluate their performance on the court and provide criticism if needed. Kirk Collins, I throw that one in there for you. I don't think she needs any of this caping for her. Putting a cape over her. Charles Barkley, LeBron James, she don't need you doing this. It feels like people are just doing that. If y'all heard this, some people saying that the WNBA need to, like stupid ass, I call them stupid. What's them little boys be on one of them little podcasts? And y'all love it. Be saying the ignorant stuff. Talking about, one of them came on that. What's the little boy name? Shit, he wasn't a good NBA player. I forgot the little boy name. I'm going to think of his name in a minute. Saying the devil. What'd he say? Saying the WNBA need to give her a favorable schedule. Don't play these hard teams. People need to take it easy on her because of what she represents to the league. There was some black dudes saying it. What's that little boy name, y'all? The little guard. He had a brother play in the league too. Forgot his name. Y'all listen to me. I think we can acknowledge how big of an economy Caitlin Clark is and how big of a boom this is for the WNBA. Come on. I've been talking about it for weeks. but without being patronizing and misogynistic toward her, that she needs to be coddled in some kind of way. I'm not coddling her. She is not some fragile creature, ladies and gentlemen. She's a baller. That's why I like her. She's a professional athlete that we are going to judge on the basis of her productivity. That's what it comes down to. In terms of her impact to the league compared to LeBron James' impact in the NBA, it's not proportional. And I'm not saying that LeBron James wasn't who was from the NBA. So all you sexual. When he came into the league, because he has been a very great, phenomenal sports spokesperson. He's been a phenomenal statesman on and off the court for the NBA's brand. But in terms of what he represented versus what Caitlin represented for the WNBA, giving a stage and the growth we've seen in the league, I just don't think these two are the same. I might be wrong. See, they finna make everybody sick of Caitlin Clark, man. And it's not her fault. It's not her doing. Yes, Caitlin Clark is star power. It's the reason. A lot of these things are already being advocated in the WNBA. And they're being expedited. But that's highly irresponsible and insulting for making the desire for that to be correctly verbalized, a woman versus the women versus Caitlin Clark thing. It's not, Charles Barkley. It's not. It pains me. It really pains me. But y'all, hold up, I got something else for y'all. Did y'all know that ESPN is saying that they averaged 6.4 million viewers for the Celtics and the Pacers game the other night? That's a lie. Luka making the first team NBA. Now he's eligible for the largest Supermax extension in NBA history, $349 million. And it's because what? He stayed with his team that drafted him. Jalen Brunson can't get the super duper max like that because he with another team and not with the team that drafted him. It pays Jaylen Brown. He got the big lick because he stayed with the team that drafted him. In case y'all didn't know, when y'all gonna see some of these people ain't getting it high as did other people. The rule is you have to be with the team that drafted you. That's an incentive to stay with the team that drafted you. No, not Jamal Crawford. No, not Jamal Crawford. It's a little guard, man, a little guard. Played in Indiana, played at Atlanta. He got a show, he always talking crazy. What's that little boy name? I can't. Y'all don't know him either. So shit, he ain't that damn good. Always run his damn mouth. Always telling the stories about how he got cooked in the league. What is this little boy's name? Y'all got a podcast. Doug Love. Jeff T. Thank you. I knew the young first. Jeff T. Little terrible ass. No, ain't a bunch of them gonna get paid. Whoa. Chad. A bunch of them ain't getting paid. Not no Supermax. So don't go with the bunch. You got to make first team all NBA. And that ain't a bunch. It ain't but 5 of them. Got to make all NBA. It ain't but 15 of them. So a bunch of people ain't finna get paid. Just help me. Jeff T. That's the dude name. He around there. Man, y'all shouldn't give Caitlin them hard games in the beginning. Y'all gonna mess up y'all gravy train. Hold on. Shout out to Prairie View University. They already has the #1 engineering program in Texas. Now they have the top nursing program in the nation. I'm just reporting the news. But let me tell y'all something. Game number 1 of the Western Conference Finals of the NBA, won by the road team. Y'all know I was going to talk about this. Dallas wins. Where my man at who wanted to bet me in this series? He never, y'all remember I gave him my email address? He never emailed. Dallas wins the game 108 to 105. Luka with an unbelievable fourth quarter. Robert, in order to slow the lava offense down, should the Timberwolves assign Ant-Man solely to Kyrie or Luka? Let me tell you something. Homeboy better shut his mouth. Told y'all. Y'all
Gonna be fun, man. You know, my matchup gonna be Kyrie, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna see what I can do versus him. Gonna be fun, man. You know, my matchup gonna be Kyrie, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna see what I can do versus him.
Kyrie heard
gonna
that,
be fun,
y'all.
man. You know, my
and
matchup
tore a
gonna be
new
Kyrie,
asshole
so
in him
We're
last
gonna see
night.
what I
Tore a new one in him. And hey, y'all, when did a 22-year-old be that tired? Man, did y'all see him lumbering up and down the court? I told y'all his mouth was going to get him in trouble. Didn't I tell you? Kyrie said I was sitting at home watching and heard him say that. He said it was just a little motivation, but I really know how he was thinking. Dude, you can't guard me. Shut the hell up. You don't give no guy like... Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this game. Can I talk about this game? Let me talk about this game. Let me talk about this game. Hold on. Let me talk about this game. I'm gonna share something with y'all about this game. I'm gonna share something with y'all about this game. Let me make sure you're right. Jim, I see you popping in. I told y'all Luka was unbelievable in the fourth quarter, right? 15 of Dallas' 26 points in the fourth quarter was made by Luka, including a personal 7-0 run. Kyrie with 24 in the first half because of Anthony Edwards ran his mouth. Minnesota shot. All you coaches, all you summer basketball guys getting ready to go this weekend, right? Y'all listen. Y'all getting ready to go play. Minnesota shot 49 three-pointers for the game and had 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Even though last night was a nail biter, y'all listen. Robert Hatter, I just hate bad basketball. And I saw a lot of bad basketball last night. How in the hell you got 2 7-footers and a 6'9", and they out-rebound you and beating you in the paint, double your points in the paint, number one. Because you got a 7-footer out here shooting 9 3-pointers from out here with his, you know, everybody think he good behind. I just hate bad basketball, ladies and gentlemen. And it was so much bad basketball for Minnesota last night. So many empty possessions last night. What else? So many guys settling for jump shots last night. Anthony Edwards, even if he was so hyper focused on making the right basketball play, I don't think he did what was in the best interest for his team last night. I just didn't like the way he did it. He was not a factor offensively. Kyrie was tearing his head off. And once the shots, because Jaden McDaniel was hitting all them shots in the beginning, but once them shots failed, nobody else could hit a shot. He said, I ain't got to be in love with nobody's confidence. I said the same thing about Kyrie Irving. He talking about, how do you got to be in love with somebody? No, I didn't. Kyrie Irving talked crazy to Kobe a long time ago. Just certain things, just shake. Confidence is one thing, but guess what? You go out here and run around like you're tired. Then go get on the interview and talk about, yeah, I was tired. You're 22 years old. But let me finish. And once, like I said, then there were, he just wasn't being aggressive to me last night. He wasn't even getting fouled and going to the foul line. He missed, he threw it out of bounds. He just threw the pass over somebody's head out of bounds. He missed opportunities to put his imprint on the game. Head coach said that the way they finished the game, they lost their composure. They had 5 of their 10 turnovers in the final frame. The Mavs outscored them, 10-3 in the final 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Going against a team like the Mavs, dude, you can't afford to do this, man. And I sit back. What Gilbert Arena said, you don't know why Ant-Man barked up the wrong tree and said, I got Kyrie. Just get him. The wild ass passes you were throwing, 49 3-pointers. You start 2 7-footers. You should not get outscored 62 points to 38 points in the paint. That's embarrassing. The Mavs, y'all, went 9 of 25 from 3-point land and found a way to win this game. Minnesota got to take advantage of their size, and that was a whole lot of immaturity. Jimmy's favorite player, he shoot nine damn 3-pointers. Let me make sure it was 9. It might have been more. Carl Anthony Turtle. I liked him for one day. Now I done changed my tune.
So long. If Carl Anthony Towns, it wasn't for his heroics, was much appreciated and much needed in the last game before.
I don't care about the game before. What's your favorite words right now?
Guess what? This game right here is more so Dallas taking that game than them giving it away. It was more.
Give me one instance. Give me one instance that Dallas took it away. Give me.
In the fourth quarter, when Luka scored those 7 straight points on those 3 possessions in a row, and Luka start turning into play, and normally you will see Kyrie at that moment. Kyrie had already did his damage to make them make the adjustments, and to make the adjustments, that mean they had to come and say, "What we're gonna contain this dude," and we think we know this dude here limping. No, he's hurt, meaning Luka. We're gonna go and concentrate. Leave him. Let him beat us if he can. We can't let Kyrie go off and hit 50 on us tonight. So Luka, when the fourth quarter came and Luka had that moment. That was him taking over, and we've seen that from Luka. He could have kept going if needed be. And then you had a fresh legs of Derek Lively coming off the bench. This rookie turned into a sophomore or 3rd year, 4th year player right in front of our eyes. Derek Lively gave them all of the youth that they needed on the inside, on the interior, and simply and was a problem. But back at that moment, hey man, you got to applaud Luka. Luka did what a future Hall of Famer is expected to do in a moment. That goes to helps towards forming their legacy. When you think about them in years to come, you'll say, hey, yo, remember Luka? You'll say, hey, remember Kyrie in that first half? Think about it. Think about how
I'm just letting you get it out because I haven't. Unless you ain't gave me a reason yet, but keep going.
What do you mean gave you a reason?
I just don't agree. I don't agree.
Luka is a reason. Hell, okay, if Luka missed those shots like Kyrie was missing those shots.
If my auntie had a spoon, she'd be my uncle.
So we talking about this one game. This one game. Now the thing is, we see if they can respond and how Minnesota can respond.
I ain't talking about that. I want to rebut what you just said. Hold on. I want to stop right here. Because you saying Dallas won it more than Minnesota gave it away. I just gave you some strategy that I'm saying Minnesota gave it away. How in the hell do you get outscored? You wasn't listening. 68-32, and you got 2 7-footers on the inside. Hold on, let me finish. Minnesota. Bad. That's bad on Minnesota. Hold on. When I'm watching these games and I call games, I look at the sequences right before halftime. Every time I call a game, I always tell Chatterbox, look what happened. This going to come back and haunt you. I always say this. You look at this sequence right before halftime. They were up 6 points. Minnesota up 6 points and had the ball with the shot clock turned off. Y'all read this. 6 points, up 6 with the ball and the shot clock turned off. A turnover by Anthony Edwards ended up leading to Kyrie getting a layup and an and one. Instead of being potentially down 8 to 9 points, you're down 3 points going into the half. You're up 3 points going into the half. That's Minnesota's fault. I thought that was a huge momentum changing game, a part of the game, because I know how the mindset, what happens in this first half, because I've watched it and studied it over the last, especially over the last 2 years, calling games. Yes, Minnesota. It wasn't nothing to do. I mean, they gonna do what they gonna do anyway. They got Kyrie and Luka. Them boys lost that game. They was up, and at the end of the game, they was up. What's your boy name? Ant-Man threw one over about 12 feet high and think Michael Conley gonna catch it. So give me Minnesota to me, and they at home gave away that game. That game go home. That's just my opinion. Me and you, don't sit there and look mad. We just see the game different. Don't expect for me to agree with you if I don't believe in what you're saying. You don't have to get mad. Yeah, well, it's great. You don't have to sit there and look all sad. It's going to be all right. It's going to be another day. It's going to be another day. See what y'all don't understand? Look, all I was saying was, you gave your opinion. I didn't agree. I gave mine. I ain't mad at you for giving yours. I'll sit there and let you give it. But I gave you fact after fact after fact.
Here's a difference. You just ended it with saying this is your opinion. But when you expressing your opinion, you have an uncanny and an unmatched ability that I've never seen.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. No.
You make the other person's opinion like it don't even matter. But that's what I'm saying. That's what you do. You make it seem like you sternly make it appear that the other person's opinion just don't matter.
That's the other person's fault. It ain't mine. That's the other person's fault.
That is your fault.
I gave you fact after fact after fact.
I just gave you a fact. You asked me for one. I just gave you one. I said Luka Doncic took over that when it mattered.
But I gave you instance in a game just because I can explain myself better.
First half instance. That what you just gave me. It don't apply that same end of the first half to Indiana versus New York the day before. That same thing don't apply because Indiana was up by 4.
You have an uncanny effect.
Hold on. I asked you to. I have an uncanny ability to invite you to answer a question. That's what I have. I'm going to ask you the question. Can you apply that to the day before? Because they had the momentum going into halftime. So you made it.
In the fourth quarter, they turned the ball over 5 times.
So now the first half didn't have ill effect on the momentum because that you claim very steady.
Yes, it does. In the last.
If that's the case. So what happened at the end of the first half of Indiana game?
In the last fourth quarter, they had hold up. Let me give you another fact.
You correlated the end of the second quarter with the game. How does that
homeboy? You left a question open-ended to a smart guy. What you did was say, it wasn't that Minnesota lost the game, it's that Dallas won it. And I disagree with your ass. And I disagree still.
And then you turned around once again and you ended and said, well, this is my opinion, which you're talking about yourself. And I got mine.
That's your right. I sit there and listen to your opinion.
So if you can acknowledge that the people see the game differently, then you should be able to acknowledge that. Guess what? If they see it differently and they speak it differently, then guess what? Okay, well, I agree to disagree.
I wasn't up here with them. Hold up, excuse me. I wasn't up here looking like this.
You look worse. When I'm talking,
you were looking like I stole your dog.
I'm talking, you look worse than that. Double down. What I'm saying to you, you don't sit there and say, okay,
I was laughing at you. I was laughing at you.
You were exactly. That's worse than what I was doing. I wasn't laughing at you.
Jimmy, you just see the game different.
So if that's the case, the case, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not going and saying, man, that don't even make blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying.
I didn't say you didn't make no sense. I said I disagree.
You did more than just say that. You did more than just say that. You said that ain't it, that ain't it. Well, that ain't if we see it differently, then mine can be it and yours can be it. You just go and make your case. But then what you just did, you made your case before I started talking. Then I gave a talk. Then you made a rebuttal to what I just said, and then don't want me to say nothing back. I mean, you get two.
This how you were looking. You were looking like this here. I ain't trying to steal your dog. You like Carl Anthony Towns. And I understand you do.
Hold on. Carl Anthony Towns did not lose the game for Minnesota. He did not lose. If it was one player on the Minnesota's team that you were waiting on to have a moment in the fourth quarter, it damn sure wasn't Carl Anthony Towns. That one player that everybody that was watching that game last night was waiting on, that one player who basically called out and named
he was a -5.
OG.
He was a -5. Carl Anthony Towns.
Once again, it's one player on Minnesota's team that it would be unanimous that people were waiting to match the efforts of anybody and step up and be the leader of that team that he had been. And this player did not reach 20 points for the second game in a row. Luckily, the last game before the end, they ended up winning by him not scoring 20 points. Listen. Remember, we said this thing last series when Dallas played, guys. That was something that was very intriguing. It was 2 games where Luka and Kyrie did not reach 20 points. And first time it happened, I said, man, we won't see that again. We won't see that again. Them dudes, you're not holding both of those dudes. And OKC ended up holding them to under 20 points again. They won. This scenario there, but it's 2 Hall of Famers on this team. On this Dallas team. That means you and they show if you can do that, you're gonna definitely win. Minnesota didn't do that last night. This dude, so that means your Hall of Famer got to at least match the efforts of one of those guys. He did not match the efforts of either one.
Who the Hall of Famer? Who the Hall of Famer on y'all team? On Minnesota team? Who the Hall of Famer?
Minnesota don't have one right now. They don't have a full show Hall of Famer on that roster right now. What I say Dallas. I'm talking about Dallas.
I was talking about Carl Anthony Towns, right? Okay,
Carl Anthony Towns.
He was 6 of 20. Hold on. Can I? He was 6 of 20. 2 of 9 from 3-point line in your 7 foot.
Last night.
Hold on. 2 of 9. 7 rebounds. 2 assists. A -5. Jimmy, that's not good. That's not good. That's bad basketball. What you 7 shoot for the shoot. Dude after 2 or 3 of them things, get your big ass in there and punish them little old bit ass dudes.
So I understand something. First of all, with Cat, that part of his role in this Minnesota's offense is what it's been most of the season. What player on this team, I don't give a damn how tall he is, what player on Minnesota's team shoots a better percentage from the stripe from around the arc than Cat? It don't matter what position, what tall he is. Who's your best 3-point shooter on that team? That's the question. I let some of you guys in the boom boom room. Y'all may have time to look it up if Kevin Framer watching or whoever's watching. Who's the leading?
But his big ass gonna shoot 40% out there. But if he get in there, he can shoot 70%. I don't care what you say.
So if he's shooting 40%, he's
he didn't shoot it last night.
Okay, guess what? You live by it and die by it. But he wasn't the one player that everybody that was watching that game from Minnesota.
Who was the one player? Who was the one player? Who you want to blame it on then?
Ant-Man Anthony Edwards. Everybody's waiting on him. Was waiting on. No.
So hold on. That's why I said. Hold on. That's why I said they lost the game. Dallas didn't win it. Ant-Man played dumb as a box of rocks.
But guess what? Ant-Man was the guy. He's their leader.
Little Rick.
And if your leader ain't scoring 20 points in a postseason game, you in trouble. Period. If your leader don't score 20, if he don't lay down 20, your ass in trouble.
Jimmy, thank you for that information.
So listen, Karl Anthony Towns ain't their leader.
So
Ant-Man is their leader. He has to match the output of at least one of those guys.
So
that means Luka or Kyrie. He has to offset their output.
These terrible games that these two guys, we just so eloquently put, was the cost of the loss, not what Luka did. Dallas didn't win. These dudes play better than this. So they lost it and they were at home.
Different conversations. One is, how did Minnesota lose? That's what we're talking about. Now, another conversation is, how did Dallas win this thing? That's just two different conversations. It's a head.
No, it said, did Dallas lose this thing? You said, did Dallas win it? Oh, this is where you put it. Or did Minnesota lose it? And I said they lost it.
I said, okay, it's two different things that we're supporting. You supported the heads on the coin. It's still a coin. One has heads, one has tails. It's still, you didn't call tails. I called tails. So I'm talking about the tail side. You're talking about the head side. It's still a coin. So what you saying, you gave us
no, you went to tails first. I could have went to tails with you, but I didn't with you.
Tails, heads, I'm supporting the other side of the coin.
I didn't go with you because your tails was wrong.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Once again, think about what we just said it again, and you just fell into the same messy.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
This not a wrong or right damn conversation.
To me, it's wrong.
Stuck into that. You still stuck in that.
No, I ain't.
You saying yes, you are. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't have said it.
I said what I want to.
You just, yes, because I just said you wanted to say it. So you know what you said. You just turned around. You was wrong. What the hell are we talking about? You just said. You just.
not to me. I wish I could sit up here and say, how he gave me some points that made me agree with him. But you did not give me 1 point to make me agree. That's all. That's all. You didn't give me. I ain't mad because I ain't trying to convince you.
This wasn't a conversation inviting nobody to agree with the other. It was one giving a supporting of why one team lost versus another one giving a support of how another team won. It wasn't about, oh man, I got to get you to agree with me. Oh man, you're wrong. Oh man, you're wrong. No, this wasn't that type of conversation. Not to me. But obviously, it's a conversation to you. To me, it's simple. I'm giving the defense on the glass half full. You giving the defense on the glass, on a supporting defense of why the glass half empty. That's two different conversations, but it's still water in the glass. Just like I said, it's still a coin with heads and tails. It's still a conversation. It ain't the matter of what it's like a person. It's no different than a person asking another person, and you guys are sitting there in the barbershop or wherever you are, and you at work, and you say, man, what you think? what you think about the game last night? And then they're gonna tell you what they think. You're not gonna start off saying, "Oh man, you're wrong." You're gonna say, "Well, I think this," and that's where conversations come from. Okay, well, if that's where you think. Well, here, let me give you a couple of stats to go with it. Now the bottom line, and that's right, Lil Rick, Ant-Man, and I don't think I'm not a fan. Or I'm not a supporter of Ant-Man now slowing down. Now all of a sudden people saying, "Hey man, Ant-Man, he wrote the check his ass couldn't cash. Oh, he talked too much." Guess what? It happens in that. It happens. So now you got to make your mind up. Which Ant-Man do you want? This Ant-Man here, the one that was talking, guess what? He got his ass whooped last night. And if you play long enough in the National Basketball Association or in any league of basketball or level of basketball, so to speak, it's going to happen to you. Somebody going to bring you your hat. It happened last night, and it just so be that it happened at home. It happened at a moment where they were sitting there and they felt that this was a cakewalk. And that's the thing. It wasn't a cakewalk.
Well, I can't disagree with you because I got to agree with everything you say. Okay.
No, you ain't got to agree with everything I say, but you ain't got to sit there and blatantly tell me that I'm wrong. That's like telling me I'm ugly. If you tell me long enough, I'm going to be like Miss Silly. I'm going to think I'm ugly. That's how I go in life. You can't sit there. You don't let the viewers tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong all the time. You don't have to tell me I'm wrong. You
gonna listen to the viewers?
You're damn right. They human beings, just like we are. They watch basketball just like we do. They watch the games. They're regular people. What do you mean? What do you mean? So you gonna make them think they're less of you?
I didn't say nothing.
So all the fellas
you sit there
standing up. They 2/5 of a man.
All I tell you, Jimmy. Let me tell you about me, Mister. I don't pick up the praises from nobody. Then I don't have to bow down on the criticism. Let me repeat it again. I don't pick up the praises of nobody.
Okay, but
I don't have to put down the criticisms.
But guess what? That's two different cloths that we cut from.
That's right.
But we've been acknowledged that. So once you acknowledge that, then a person.
But you just brought it up.
For me. Yes. You just asked me, do you listen to the
Is there anything else you want to talk about, man? We got 10 minutes.
Well, we talking about me. We're not talking about you.
Well, we ain't talking about you enough right now. Anything else you want to talk about? But I really wanted to tell y'all, but I was thinking about the end of that game. And I was thinking about Kyrie before we waste all that time. You heard about Kyrie. I heard him speak after the game. I was just listening to him. So I watched Inside the NBA last night. I watched it last night after the game. And he said something. He said, I'm making sure that I keep this team in it. He said early on, he was going to get he thought he was going to get a huge wave of energy from Minnesota in the first half at some point. He talked about making sure that he set the tone in this game because there are a lot of guys on this roster, not named Luka, that didn't have experience in the first round of this playoffs. He said guys like Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington and Derek Lively, he felt like he needed to lead early in this game to set the tone for the team, and others would follow. And of course, Luka closed the show because Luka was terrible in the first half. But Kyrie was phenomenal last night, and I got to say this because I was on him a little bit, not just from a productive standpoint, but from a leadership perspective as well. Watching Kyrie this season and watching him throughout these playoffs has been a redemption tour for me. So many of the past, few seasons, we have been talking about what Kyrie did off the court. COVID stuff. They were said that he had one of the best handles in history, but I don't know if you want to take this risk with him. They was telling Nico, man, I don't know, man. Nico said, I know him. I got it. There was also this conversation about him. He was he can either step up and have been a major force, why is the Mavs in this position? Y'all got to remember, early in the season, we had people come on this feed and tell me, man, your boy, man, this ain't working. This ain't working, Kyrie. It's not a good one. There was always a conversation about Kyrie. Now, Kyrie did the most, y'all. Y'all got to hear me on this one. During COVID, all the antics, all the shenanigans, going AWOL from his team, not once, but twice, breaking up the big three. And y'all know I didn't like that because James Harden was on that team. We all anticipated to can win a multiple championship. KD, Kyrie, James Harden. I even blame him for what happened with the Brooklyn Nets. I blame him. And all he has done since then, trade to Dallas, is be a model citizen and perform at the highest level for his team. And then I got to see it because he talked about him getting bounced from playoff contention last year. But guess what he did? He went and studied every team in the playoffs and took notes of every team in the playoffs. So he know when he got this chance again, I have to give him his props to that dude. I have to give him the credit that he's due. Great job, Nico Harrison. Great job, Mark, Jason Kidd. Because a lot of people ain't gonna talk about this, but that boy there, he was, man. You know, he had the thing where all he did is posted something that somebody else had did, and everybody was all over him, even me. But boy, hey man, hey, I like how you do your thing. Okay, so that's all I had to say. The man said it was a boxing match.
I think somebody just gave me some breaking news that I'm having confirmed.
Doug put that up there.
What's that?
About one basketball player going somewhere, high school basketball. John Clark going to Link Academy. Is that it?
Where is it? I don't see it.
I'm going to put it on the screen.
And so there you go. John Clark is a big fella from Klein Kane High School, and he's, according to Doug Jones, is reporting that he's going to Link Academy. So that's a school up in the Midwest that has attracted a lot of talent from Texas. And so he's a junior right now in the class of 2025. Will be a senior. So that holds true. I can believe it because, I mean, it worked out for John. But my thing is, I ask the question all the time, when kids leave when they're a 12th grader, and unless you're ranked in that top 40 range, then that means you're right there at the cusp of McDonald's, a realistic McDonald's All-American consideration. By the time they play their first game, he would probably likely have signed with a Division I school. So that's the trap, because a lot of people say you go there to boost your stock up or to get your stock up. Well, we're talking about a young man that has real offers, committable offers from a vast amount of Power 5 institutions already. So, but at the same time, you could tell, and you heard the rumors that he was going to be leaving last year, which he stayed at Klein Kane. So now, John Clark, if you missed it, is going to be probably likely on the move to Link Academy. So now he plays with TJ Ford on the Adidas circuit, the gold circuit. That's the JV circuit for Adidas. And you guys know it's why I dress all of them the same. It ain't an Adidas thing. If it's the Under Armour Rise, I call them the JV circuit. It is as well. If it's the Nike with Well, it used to be EYCL. It's called something else now. Junior, whatever. That's your JV circuit as well. So you don't like it, then go play in something else. That's what you are. That's what you play on. But I didn't get to see him. Doug went and saw when I was at the Adidas event on this weekend. Doug Jones was there as well, and I know he went to see TJ Ford and play because I didn't get to see him play because they played at a different location. They went at the main, and they had their first game on Friday at the main location, and all of their games Saturday and Sunday was either at a church or at Bryan High School. And so while they were playing, remember I told you guys out there I had a list of kids to watch who were on the bubble for NBPA Top 100 camp. John Clark already has an invite. So I didn't need to see John Clark for that purpose. He was not on the bubble. He was already in the camp. So, but congratulations, and we see how this thing go. Now everybody be rooting to see because it's been a while. When was the last kid from Houston that went to one of those schools that absolutely prevailed, that turned into that what we thought or what somebody led us to believe? Who's the last one?
What are they leading us to believe? What are they leading us to believe about John Clark?
Because the same scuttle around each one is, I don't like this situation at this high school. I don't like this coach. I don't like the way the coach using me at this high school. As though the high school coach is the reason that your recruitment is in the reason it's in. Or it's like the high school coach is the reason that you're not ranked higher in the country. The summer is where you get that traction from on a national scale. And you can get some in the state of Texas. I think Mike Kunstad, the Great American Sports, they are the measuring stick of statewide rankings in the state of Texas. So yes, you can move the needle with your high school on the state level, but nationally, you get that during the grassroots season. So but all of them matter. Same type of scuttlebutt. You hear the rumors, you hear the coach tripping, coach ain't using it right, coach playing him out of position. I'm talking about generally most of the ones, and we've had several of them that have left in the past 5 years. Man, go back to 2019.
Somebody told a lie one day.
Keep going.
Oh, that was me.
That was me. I played that.
We go back to remember that one class when De'Aaron Fox, the kid that was a freshman, when De'Aaron Fox graduated, you had Garcia, then you had Quinn Sazinski, you had JVL Francis. After them, you had 1 year, you had 4 guys left out of one class. And I'm asking which guy left Houston. Now I know many of them from Dallas did, but which guy from Houston? We had Chris Johnson went to Montverde. You had Jacob Cole went to Link. You had Calvin Murphy went to the Arizona. You had another kid from Katy went to Arizona last year. You had Amari from Beaumont, Port Arthur, Summer Creek went to SoCal Academy. We had several of them. Which one has moved as like whoa became that household name?
Well, is that what they were trying to do?
Well,
see, I don't talk to none of these kids. I don't know what they're trying to do.
The ones that left as seniors exclude Calvin Murphy from that. Now I'm reading this question here. If John Clark performed well at the top 100 camp, can he elevate to McDonald? I believe him and Kingston Fleming have a shot to get in the top 30 they perform in camp. Kingston Fleming, there's a lot of people that love Kingston Fleming. There's not many people that know John Clark like that. Kingston Fleming been in USA basketball. So when the powers that be falling, a lot of people adore Kingston Fleming. Now the thing is, at some point that rank start to go a little bit backwards and correct itself. Yes, if he played well, he has to play better than well.
Well, yeah.
He has to dominate, meaning John Clark. I say this again. At top 100 camp, he will have to dominate to get into that range. Playing well Mr. Williford, I explain this over and over, and then you might have missed it time and time again. When you go to any major camp, just say if it's 100 kids, at the end of the day, there's going to be 10 kids that you're going to say, what the hell are these dudes doing here? He must be a money kid. Somebody must have bought him. He ain't good enough. Somebody did somebody a favor. It's going to be 10 of them. It's going to be about 10 that's going to stick out like a sore thumb. Then everybody in the gym will be like, that dude there is getting it in this weekend. It's going to be 10 that's going to rise to the top. 10 are going to sink to the bottom. Well, the other 80% on the average, when you ask them how they did, or their parents, or their kin, or the handlers, or the influencers, they're going to say every day, oh, you did good. Oh, man, he's doing good. He did well. Well, in these types of camps, well and good ain't good enough. You have to be, they're looking for those that rise to that top. And that's the whole concept of it. They're putting this stuff together to find the next one. And then as you go in, then you move your stock. But it's going to be a great opportunity for them to do so. You got to realize, man, that's a lot of basketball that you have to play in those. Where they shaved a day off the camp this year. I think in Top 100 camp, I think it's only 3 days instead of 4. So that's just good for the kids. That's less wear and tear. But they're going to play about 6 games. In those 6 games, you're playing against everybody on every team for the first time in your life. Think about it like this. Every player, well, you got legacy kids, so I'm going to exclude the legacy kid. Take the fat off the meat. Every player that was invited that wasn't a legacy, every single one of them is a mid to high major player, mid at lowest. And there's only a fraction of those are mids. Everybody there is supposed to be, that's invited, are supposed to be high major. They're really supposed to be professional prospects. They're supposed to be pros. That's the NBPA Top 100 camp. So they're looking to get relationships with those kids and their parents, their families, early in the game. The ones that are prospects. That's why it's so important to get those kids into that so they can learn some things about them. They're evaluating the families. They're evaluating, they meaning the personnel at the camp. While you have some people evaluating the players, there are other people evaluating the parents. Parents have multiple workshops. They're in more classrooms than the kids are on the court, just as much. Parents are in classrooms. They're in workshops. They're trying to get those parents. So you do them collectively. That way, indirectly, you'll reach that 10 percentile that's going to probably make it into the league. I think last year they gave the numbers. And I think last year they said 17 of the draft class. I think it was 17% of the kids that came to the camp for whatever the numbers like the saying was. That was the first that was eligible for that draft. The last draft before 17% got drafted that came to the camp. That don't mean they're different grade levels, but that stuff is hard, man. It's not easy at all. It's gonna be the hardest thing a lot of these guys ever done in their life as far as playing, because all these eyeballs are on you, NBA personnel, NCAA college coaches, and it's just you in the talent level. It ain't a gap. It ain't a drop off in regard to everybody's out there. Every team gonna have two 6'10s. Think about it. So when the last time John Clark, we use him as an example, you think that he played a basketball game against a team that had 2 6'10s on it, and both of them was mid to high majors. So then I'm just saying, it's like a lot of kids gonna have to come off the bench for the first time in their life. A lot of kids gonna have to understand, they have to be able to turn that thing on and be able to learn some things about basketball that they should know. And then that goes another thing, when people realize that they're going through those drills and you ain't excelling and doing what you're supposed to do, man. So
they evaluate your drill work.
Yes,
but some
absolutely.
people can play better than they drill.
That's why the real people get paid to do it. They watching both. Those NBA guys, they're watching those drills. They watching those drills. I mean, they're serious about that. I have no. I start asking more of them the why, which would probably be the obvious or maybe sound like a dumb question to them. But I'm gonna ask them that way I can get the why or what particular drill is they really fine tune in on when they watching these young boys. But I think most part they're watching the energy level and they're watching the skill set. You can tell something about the way kids can move their feet and the way that they're, their endurance, right, during that little short span, whether they about to die or tilt over or not. But man, Chad Grove said keep your eyes out for Evan Cochran. Picked up his first few offers last weekend. And
who is Evan Cochran?
Kid at the Village School. He's playing, I think, he's playing with, is it Coos Elite? I think, I want to say, I may have it wrong. I think Coos Elite, but he's at the Village School 2025 class. Guys, we're in overtime. It's time to get ready to scatter on up out of here. But I want you know, it's so much in regarding these guys, and I'm looking at some of the comments. Hey, Greg left Hightower, went to Cali and came back. Yeah. You can throw Bryce in there in regarding to guys that left and went on and left Houston. Tyler Smith.
I didn't think about that. Tyler Smith looking pretty damn good right now.
Tyler Smith is about to get the last laugh. He's about, because Tyler Smith is unless something crazy happens, and I talked to a few people, because people call and they do background checks, how they call it, while they're doing back, and they'll call various people in a player city and ask questions about that. It's kind of like collecting intel. So I've had a couple people that called me and asked me about Tyler, and I asked them. And the last one I asked them, I said, "Well, I mean, is he really on the board?" They said, "Oh, hell yeah,
hell yeah."
They say at the bottom around, they say 24 to 30 is around his range. They're expecting him to go, that he could go in. But even if he don't go 24 to 30, nowadays the game has changed. You can get picked in the second round and still get first round money, or get a guaranteed deal. Ain't that right?
Not first round money.
Not first round money. You can get a guaranteed deal or a two-way deal. Yeah. Now what they give him now. Yeah. Give him a two-way deal, lock him on in.
But I'm going to tell y'all something. He going to be all right. I'm just telling y'all something. I know. It's just something about him. He going to be all right. He going to be, I mean, he going to struggle in the beginning. You get a chance to see. He going to get a chance to go to the summer league this summer. And see how that works. See how he works around that atmosphere, because he been in the G League Unite, so he shouldn't nothing really. I mean, he should be prepared for anything. But I'm really proud of that kid. But that's one that you're right. We forgot about him. He left, and it worked out for him.
It worked out for him. It worked out, yeah. And understand, he left at underclass. Remember I said about that's what I was getting on the guys in the 12th grade when they leaving. You're going into their senior year. Tyler Smith left after his 10th grade year.
But he didn't go to no prep school. That man went to get that check.
He went to overtime elites, which he left for a different reason, so to speak. But he was ready. If it wasn't overtime out, we know he was gone. He was leaving Bush High School. You heard the scuttlebutts out there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He was gone. He was not going back to Bush High School. He probably going to go to Dallas.
Yeah, because he wasn't here. He's not from here, so he had no ties to the city.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans. Well, his family is from the New Orleans area. But if you think about it, I'm just putting something in your pipes.
Right.
Think about how many guys that left here. It's different. The cloths from which some of these kids are cut from in Houston is different. We sending them away, and their stock is going backwards. Their stock is going, they're flatlining at best. We think about it. I say we, meaning because you can influence a person to stay, or you can just not say nothing and they'll go. And then you'll say, well, man, I ain't telling them to go. Well, hell, you damn sure didn't tell them to stay. So this is what's happening.
But I think it's a
JBL
good
Francis.
thing for John Clark. I'm serious. Unless
Yeah, it could be. I'm not on a John Clark thing. That's why I just mentioned JBL Francis. JBL
yeah,
Francis is about to be he's about to be the starter on, and he started last year.
took him a long time now.
Yeah, but understand though, but he left Houston, Westbury Christian School, and went to Montverde and played on the JV team.
Now you shouldn't go. But
And played on the
I wonder
JV
would they do
team.
it again. I'm just saying, would you do that again? If they played that, I wonder would they do it again? Because I never talked to them about it. Would they do it again?
Oh, you mean the family?
Yeah, the family. I'm talking the family. Would you do it again?
I doubt very seriously they would. And that's a family that's from, I think, New Orleans as well. They're not from here as well.
Did you see Doug just breaking all the damn news on here today? Goddamn Doug. Hey, Doug Wojciechowski, Doug Shams. That's right. Richmond has got the best damn coach in the city.
The new head coach at Richmond Randall High School. You know what? It's a good time. Time was right for Woods to get on up out of Hightower. He had been there long enough.
Yes.
Yeah. He's had a few Division I players come through.
Yeah.
But now you go to you get to a different district.
Right.
You know, and keep on and boast your resume and keep on keeping on. That's a good move for him. So now
I like that. I mean, anything Woods do. I love Woods. Woods my favorite.
Hightower has a job opening now. And that's one of my I have good connections with that district. And you guys that's certified and qualified with head coaching experience. If you want to get in and want to get in the room, and you did right by me, then I can make the call and get you an interview. Period. In Fort Bend ISD. But if you ain't been right by me, don't do that. Don't even do yourself like that for this job. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Don't even if you know you've been right by me or not. I had to put it out there. I'm just real. I can't. That way now I can look them all in the eye and say, man, you know if you've been right by me or not. You know if you ain't, then do better. Do better.
So you saying some people ain't been right by you gonna come and ask you?
All the time. You all the time for these job openings. Man, can you get me in? I know you're good with this. I know you're good with HISD. I know you're good with all these ISD.
Well, maybe they might think that maybe you ain't. Maybe they don't know if they done been right. You know, because you a little sensitive. So maybe they don't know if they ain't been right
they know
with you.
You've been right. You know if you ain't been right. You know you ain't been right.
Hey.
You know it. Yeah, some guys can be so wrong. Well, that's all they know is wrong. But you're right. But most people have the. You kind of know.
Well, these people around here get mad at you about any damn thing. So I don't give a fuck. That's why I hope I don't need them for nothing. Cause they get this woo wee.
Man, you'll be surprised. People act like they ain't nothing ever happened. I'm talking about and ask for a favor like ain't nothing. Like, wait a minute. Sometimes you ever got off the phone and looked at your phone like and start talking to your cell phone. Ain't nobody on the phone. Like this motherfucker must be crazy. You ever did that?
Plenty, yeah. I mean,
okay. I get them all the time.
I asking for a man hook me up with a job, and I don't. That don't sound right to me.
Didn't you have people ask you? Could they get you?
But all the time. But
okay,
I'm talking about me doing it. I know people do it. I'm talking about. I wouldn't go ask nobody that I don't for no favor like that. No, man.
It's funny as hell. I'm gonna tell you.
I don't like you. You don't like me, and I'm finna come ask you for it.
And you want me to help you. People like that. Then I'm the guy that bring it up and tell them. I said, well, wait a minute.
You're supposed to bring it up.
You went and it was just last month. You went and you could have played in my event, but you played across the street at another event. Ask his ass to get you an interview. Since y'all want to compare us so damn much.
Okay, I got you there.
Right. And so I bring it up.
Now you're right about that now.
They want to compare it like it's an apple and an apple, a big shiny red ass apple versus shiny red. No, it ain't. Because it goes, if a person can, at the end of the day, that's why I said at the end of the day, when it comes to tiebreakers, it's what other stuff comes into effect. At the end of the day, when it comes to tiebreakers, when they start thinking about other stuff, people, when you start comparing people, at the end of the day, it's going to be years from now. You don't know what, there's maybe, if it's two people and you got to think about it and it's close, or you think it's close, then they're going to go to what he's doing. Man, I ain't going to lie, man. One time I was doing this and I was in the mall and the dude stopped and shook my son's hand. Those are little bitty things that's going to be the tiebreakers. Everybody has their own tiebreakers in life. They're going to use that. They're going to say, man, one time, man, I watched it, man, it was an old lady that was trying to get in the door and he came and helped her in and went and got her a bottle of water. She was there. Little bitty things, people are always watching you and they can see you giving back or doing something. Those are often the tiebreakers. If somebody deemed the race is close. But I know one thing.
That's crazy. Well, I'm laughing. I'm just, you got me thinking now.
Doug Jones, you better stop. I ain't been. I know I ain't been to your events, but you know I mess with you. Can you give me he's mocking what people say. Oh, you're talking about himself.
Now you're right. But that don't mean they don't mess with you. They just mean they don't go to your events.
No, Rick Nelson gave me a slang, a term. I can use it as a Hicksism. He said there's a difference between I don't mess with you and I don't F with you. It is a difference. Just because I don't F with you, it really don't mean in today's society I don't mess with you. Some people, they don't F with you. They'll show you they don't F with you. You can see that from a mile away. But you can't really tell the ones that don't mess with you. Because them the ones that gonna leave you and gonna tell somebody else. They're gonna be, oh man, I don't mess with that dude. But you're right there. So you can tell the ones don't mess with you. But you can't. But you should be able to tell the ones that don't F with you. Everybody you see, you don't go shake their hand when you go in the room, do you? Some people just don't F with. But there's some people that you don't mess with. Some people you don't mess with, and you see them, you don't keep, hey, what's going on? Hey, man, all right. I don't mess with you. I don't mess with you mean I can still be cordial and speak to you.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I don't mess with you. Yeah. But if I don't F with you, don't you expect for me to speak to you?
Boy.
Speaking of that, hey, man, Nebraska is inducting Malcolm X into their Hall of Fame.
That's where he's from.
I thought I'd never see the day.
That's where he's from.
Yeah, that's where he's born at.
He's their favorite son. He did some great things, man. That's what people don't understand. Hell, look, he ain't killed nobody. They killed him. Shit. You follow me? He ain't done nothing to nobody. He just when your boy Elijah Muhammad, he caught him doing all that old crazy stuff. That was his downfall. He said, man, I can't go with this. You know, I never forget this. When I was reading the Contel Pro, the FBI, you know, they was watching, you know, you read their accounts. They were watching Martin Luther King, and they had surveillance on Malcolm X. And they said Malcolm X is a Sunday school teacher. Your homeboy Martin Luther King, he was gonna go knock him some down. He said, Malcolm, but I'll never forget Dick Gregory told this story, man. Y'all gotta go. I love Dick Gregory, man. I don't know if you let. He was telling the story of him, Malcolm X, and Adam Clay Powell was hanging together. Jim. So they'll mess with Malcolm. Say, look, me and Adam, we finna go over here to the club. We're gonna eat us some barbecue and mess with us some white women. We know you got to go home. We know you going home to your wife. But Malcolm X was just a upstanding guy, one of the best men to ever live. And Jimmy, I'm not surprised. Somebody had a conscience in Omaha But that's where he was from, man. But that's funny. That's funny, man, when you think about that.
Last before we go, Caitlin Clark lost another game, y'all.
She gonna lose another one. Jimmy,
This was a
when
game-
you the Jimmy, she was the #1 pick. You to go to the Cyrus team.
Yeah, in most sports.
In that sport too.
They were winning in the fourth quarter. So I wanted to make sure I put it out. It ain't like you played the Aces or you played in the opening day when you played against a juggernaut. This was a team that had a losing record or they didn't have a winning record. And Indiana was up in the fourth quarter with about 5 minutes to go.
Cool.
So this was a winnable game. You got to close it out. They lost by 2.
I know, but these games have 4 quarters. I don't care. She gonna be all right though. I love her. I'm telling you, she gonna be all right.
She's gonna be all right.
She don't need nobody protecting her though. That's all I'm saying. She don't. No, Dick, he told me how to stop. Dick Gregory did say that. He said, "Man, me and Adam, we finna go get us some barbecue. We gonna mess with us some white women. We know you got to go home." They used to mess with him like that. They said Malcolm was a funny cat though, man. But y'all, he was normal. And people, we put these guys up on the pedestals, but Jimmy, these guys were normal, man. And don't y'all ever forget that. Oh, tonight, who we playing? Whoa.
We got Indiana and Boston tonight, 7:00 Central Time. Indiana, Boston.
But you praying for you want Pacers to win because you won for 7.
We need Pacers to win this one.
I don't.
It ain't a series till you win on the road. So we need a road team to win. Just like next game, we got to get Minnesota got to win their next game. You can't go to Dallas 0-2. I need to see. I'm rooting for Game 7. I'm
rooting for 2 sweeps right now, man, so I can get the hell out of here. That's what I'm talking about. I'm rooting for 2 sweeps. Dallas sweep, Boston sweep. I'm finna go hang out with your favorite city, Boston. What you call Boston the White Atlanta? What's that crazy ass saying you be saying?
Atlanta. Yeah. Boston White Atlanta.
They treat you nice. They treat you nice up there.
All those colleges, if you're in your 20s,
oh my God,
or your early 30s, then you really understand what I'm saying when Boston, Massachusetts is the white Atlanta. And if you and if you guys that's old heads that been in your 20s and 30s and you've been in Atlanta during those times that you old and you older right now, you understand just like that. That's how you feel about that. That's how a lot of white college kids or in that same age range, that's how they feel about Boston. Off the chain. But anyway, man, it's time to
get out of here, man. I
gotta go back and yabba dabba do this thing on this week. Y'all guys have a safe Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Weekend. I'll see you guys on
Tuesday. I'll see y'all on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. I see you guys on Tuesday. Now the following Tuesday, I'm traveling. That's why I think about it. I'm here the next Tuesday. See you guys on Tuesday. Y'all be safe out there. Man, share the show on your way out the door. Peace.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.